Hey there, and welcome to this deep dive into the Almanack of Naval Ravikant.
Yeah, it's an amazing collection of wisdom.
Yeah, it covers so much: wealth, judgment, decision making, and of course, happiness.
Really just about building a life of meaning and purpose.
Exactly, and we're going to distill it all down so you can apply it to your own life.
Sounds good. Let's jump right in.
Okay, so one of the first things that stood out to me was Naval's wealth equation. Specific knowledge plus accountability plus leverage.
Yeah, he really emphasizes that specific knowledge is about more than just skills.
Right, it's more than just being skilled.
It's about owning your unique expertise, something you can't be easily replaced for.
Hmm. That's a good point. So, what would be some examples of that?
What could be anything, really, like knowing how to code a specific type of software.
Oh, yeah. Or understanding the intricacies of a particular financial market.
Exactly. Or maybe even being an expert in a niche hobby, like restoring vintage motorcycles.
Oh, I see. So it's about having that deep knowledge in a specific area that makes you valuable.
Right. And it's something that you can't learn overnight. It takes time and effort to develop.
That makes sense. So, for the listener out there, what would you say is their specific knowledge? What do they know that most people don't?
That's a great question for everyone to consider. What are you passionate about? What do you spend hours learning about? What do people come to you for advice on? That's a good place to start thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And then there's that other part of the equation, accountability.
Oh, yeah, that's huge. Accountability is all about taking ownership of your actions.
Both the good and the bad, right?
Exactly, both the successes and the failures. It's about being responsible for the outcomes.
Yeah, so like you're saying, step up, be the CEO of your own life kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's about being in control and making things happen.
That's powerful stuff. And then, of course, there's leverage, the thing that can really multiply your efforts.
Absolutely. Leverage can take many forms.
Like what, for example?
Well, traditionally, it was things like labor, building a team to help you accomplish more.
Right, or like capital investing money to make more money. Yeah.
Exactly. But these days, code and media are becoming really powerful forms of leverage.
Oh, yeah, because they can work for you even while you sleep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine creating a piece of software or a video that goes viral.
Huge. That's leverage in action.
That's the power of leverage. And Naval really stresses the importance of finding and utilizing leverage in whatever you do.
Okay, well, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about judgment, because Naval says good judgment is crucial.
Absolutely. Judgment is like your secret weapon in today's world.
Yeah, especially with so much information out there, one right decision can make all the difference.
Oh, for sure. And Naval defines judgment as knowing which actions to take to capitalize on long-term consequences.
So it's not about making quick decisions, but about making the right decisions for the long haul.
Exactly. He has this great quote in the book. He says, the direction you head in matters much more than your pace. Choose wisely.
Oh, that's so true. It's like, if you're going on a journey, you don't just start running in any direction.
Yeah, you've got to make sure you're headed towards the right destination first.
Right, and then you can worry about how fast you're going.
Precisely so. Cultivating good judgment is essential for anyone who wants to achieve their goals.
Okay, well, speaking of goals and making good decisions, how about we dive into decision making?
Sure, decision-making can be tough, but Naval offers some powerful tools to help us out.
Yeah, like what?
Well, he introduces this concept of mental models, which are basically frameworks for understanding how things work.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's like having a toolbox for your mind.
Exactly. And one of the most impactful mental models he talks about is inversion.
Inversion, what's that?
It's basically about focusing on what not to do to avoid mistakes.
Oh, that's interesting. So instead of asking, how can I succeed,
Mhm.
you ask yourself, what could cause me to fail? And then you avoid those things.
Precisely. It's a way of thinking that can help you avoid common pitfalls and make better decisions.
Wow, I like that. And you know what else? I remember he had some pretty counterintuitive advice on decision making too.
Oh, yeah, like what?
He said that if you can't decide, the answer is no.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one. It seems kind of backwards at first,
Yeah.
but it makes sense when you think about it.
Yeah, because we're often faced with so many choices these days. And if you're really on the fence about something, it probably means that's not that important to you.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So saying no can actually be a way of freeing up your time and energy for things that truly matter.
That's a great reminder. Okay, well, I think we've covered a lot of ground here already, but we've got so much more to discuss. So we'll be back in a moment to continue this deep dive into the Almanack of Naval Ravikant.
All right, welcome back to our deep dive into the Almanack of Naval Ravikant.
We're uncovering his wisdom on wealth, purpose and happiness.
Yeah, we are. And this time we're going to focus on some practical tips. How about that?
Sounds good. Let's get practical.
All right. So Naval, he defines wealth as having assets that earn while you sleep, like passive income.
Yeah, that's the dream for a lot of people,
The
right?
dream, exactly. But like, how do we actually get there? Well, Naval, he talks about this idea of iterated games.
Hmm.
It's about understanding that the real rewards come from compound interest, you know?
Well, interesting. So not just in like finance, but in other areas of life too.
Exactly. In relationships, knowledge, it's about consistently showing up.
Consistently and making those small improvements over time.
Right. Letting those gains just compound over time. It's not about hitting it big overnight.
So it's about like playing the long game, right?
Exactly. Building
Exactly.
sustainable habits and systems, things that will
Right.
pay off in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. So then he also talks about learning to sell and learning to build.
Yeah, he really emphasizes those two skills.
Why are those so crucial? Why are those two?
Because no matter what you do, you got to be able to communicate the value of what you offer.
Oh, so that's the selling part.
Right. And you got to be able to create something tangible, a product, a service, some content.
So that's the building, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so you build something and then you know how to share it with the world.
And that's how you create real impact.
So it ties back to his idea of specific knowledge, right?
Absolutely. Finding your unique skill, the thing you can be the best at.
So he's encouraging us to follow our passion, our genuine curiosity.
Yeah, rather than chasing whatever's trendy.
Right. Find that thing that only you can do.
And he even suggests some areas of study that are valuable.
Oh, like what?
Stuff like microeconomics, game theory, psychology.
Wow. And those are useful for just about anything.
Right. Understanding human behavior, systems thinking, technology.
So basically, becoming a perpetual learner, never stop learning.
Never stop. That's the key.
Okay, well, I want to go back to judgment for a minute because I think it's so important. Like, how do we actually cultivate that?
Well, he talks about keeping up with current trends, especially in tech, design, art.
So staying informed, paying attention to what's happening in the world.
Yeah, the world changes fast. Got to be adaptable.
So updating our mental models, staying ahead of the curve.
Right. And then he also talks about demonstrating judgment, building a track record.
Oh, so like showing that you can make good decisions consistently.
Exactly. Building credibility, trust.
It's like actions speak louder than words kind of thing, right?
Yeah, people are more likely to follow someone with a proven track record.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that Warren Buffett quote, it takes 20 years to build reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it.
Powerful. Right.
Yeah.
Your reputation is your most valuable asset.
Yeah, but judgment isn't about being perfect, right?
No, we all make mistakes. And that's where accountability comes in.
So owning our mistakes, learning from them.
Exactly. And using those experiences to make better decisions in the future.
It's about resilience, being willing to adapt.
And it's especially important when you're taking risks, pushing yourself.
Because if you're not failing, you're probably not trying hard enough, right?
Absolutely. Failure is part of the learning process. It's essential for growth.
Okay, well, ready for another big topic from the book.
Yeah. Hit me with it. What's next?
Learning and the importance of reading.
Always a good one. Naval's got some really insightful perspectives on that.
Yeah, I love how he emphasizes finding joy in the process.
Yeah, like if you're genuinely curious, the learning itself becomes the reward.
It's not a chore, it's something you enjoy doing. Right.
Exactly. And I think that's so important.
Yeah, especially with all the pressure to learn just for the sake of it.
Right. Naval reminds us that true learning starts with genuine interest.
Follow your passion, explore what excites your mind.
Exactly. And then it becomes a source of joy, not a burden.
He's got this interesting take on the pace of learning, too, right?
Yeah, he talks about how slow readers, just 1 hour a day.
1 hour consistently can put you ahead in 7 years.
But for fast readers, he actually recommends slowing down, savoring it.
So it's about quality over quantity, right?
Exactly. Really absorbing the ideas, going deep.
He even suggests rereading great books instead of reading tons of mediocre ones.
It's about going deep, not wide, getting the most out of what you read.
And he emphasizes reading foundational texts like classics in science, math, philosophy.
Yeah, those books give you a framework for understanding the world.
Timeless insights, the big picture stuff.
But he also acknowledges not every book resonates with everyone.
So it's okay to be selective.
Yeah, skim, speed read, even skip chapters if it's not grabbing you.
So find the books that speak to you, that really resonate.
And even if you don't finish a book, if you got the main points, put it down.
Be efficient with your time. Focus on the most valuable stuff.
Right. Don't feel pressured to finish every book you start.
So think about it. What books have had a profound impact on your life?
Yeah, the ones that changed your thinking, inspired you to take action.
It's a good question to ponder, and it leads us to another big theme, happiness.
Ah, yes, the elusive pursuit of happiness.
Right. But Naval's got a unique view on it, doesn't he?
Oh, he definitely does. He challenges the conventional wisdom.
Yeah, how so?
He says happiness isn't about pursuing pleasure. It's about the absence of desire.
Hold on, absence of desire. That's, that's got to be tough, right? Like, especially in today's world. Instant gratification and all that.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge for sure. But Naval, he makes this point that desire is it's like a contract you make with yourself to be unhappy.
Oh, so like until you get what you want, you're going to be unhappy.
Right. And then even when you get it, there's always something else you want.
So it's this constant chase, and you never really arrive.
Yeah. You're always striving, never quite content.
Okay, I see what he's saying. So how do we break free from that then? How do we find happiness now?
Well, he offers a few strategies. One is to, choose your desires wisely.
Oh, okay, so not just any desire will do.
Right. Instead of being pulled in a million directions,
Yeah.
pick one really meaningful desire.
So focus on that one thing, that one big goal.
Exactly. Simplify your life, declutter your mind.
Make room for what truly matters.
Right. And another key strategy is gratitude.
Gratitude, yeah, focusing on what we already have.
Appreciating the good in our lives.
Because there's always something, right?
Always, even on the tough days, there's something to be grateful for.
Yeah, and when we focus on the positive, we see more of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like what you appreciate appreciates.
This is a good one. So choose desires wisely, practice gratitude. Anything else?
He also emphasizes mindfulness, paying attention to the present moment.
Mindfulness, that's a big one these days.
Yeah, it's about observing your thoughts, your feelings, without judgment.
So being aware of those negative thought patterns, right?
Yeah, and letting them go. Don't dwell on the past. Don't worry about the future.
Stay present, be in the moment.
Exactly. That's where peace and contentment are.
Okay, I get it. So it's not about chasing happiness, it's about finding it within.
Yeah, finding that inner balance, that peace, regardless of circumstances.
This has been incredible. We've covered so much from Naval's book.
Yeah, it's amazing how he connects it all. Wealth, judgment, happiness.
It's all intertwined. You can't have one without the other.
Exactly. It's a holistic approach to life.
Building wealth without happiness is meaningless.
And making good decisions when you're chasing empty desires, it's impossible.
So it's about building a life that's both successful and fulfilling.
Absolutely. And it's not just about money. It's about finding your purpose
Your specific knowledge, that thing you can be the best at.
and using your judgment to make wise decisions, to build a life you love.
And cultivating happiness from within, being content with who you are.
It's a journey. It's a process.
But it's a journey worth taking, and we hope this deep dive has given you some tools.
Yeah, some insights to help you along the way.
Remember, it's your life, your journey. You're in control.
So go out there, learn, grow, make good decisions, and be happy.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the Almanack of Naval Ravikant.
We'll see you next time.